Ash and I first went to Nicaragua in 1984 with Witness for Peace, and he was completely captivated by the country and by what was going on there. The next year, he led a Witness for Peace delegation. Ash formed Compas de la Primavera to give shape to the delegations that were going and to continue to cement relationships with that neighborhood with which he completely bonded. And over the years, different groups went with him.
Hi, my name is Sylvia and I live in Vermont. And I first got involved with Compas de Nicaragua actually when it was Compas de Primavera. It had just formed. I think it was the second trip that Ash Ames had planned. And I remember being so struck with the group. They lived with community members, was very integrated into the community. You know, like many people who come to Nicaragua or come to any projects in Latin America, really, I went there thinking that I was going to be giving a lot. And of course, what ends up happening, what had happened to me was I ended up receiving so much. I didn't realize how little community I really had in my own life. And I found that in the people of Nicaragua. I went to Nicaragua with Compas many times after that first trip. I think the first trip I went back to, we put together a tree planting trip. So got kids involved in the community and interested adults, but it was the kids that really responded to a lot of it. And we planted trees throughout the little saplings throughout the whole community. Those trees are flourishing and huge now. It's wonderful.
This is Carrie Biller. I was able to go down to Nicaragua in 1995 with Ash Eames and Jim McHugh and Compas de la Primavera, and that was my first experience down there. And Jim convinced me to go because he said, if you want to change your world, if you want to change your life, you should have this experience. And I was so inspired, and it did so much for my world that I was able to convince Mike Boudreau to go down to Nicaragua the next year. And he then really took control of the whole scenario and made this an experience that could be experienced by other students going to Plymouth State.
I was on Mike's first trip, so got to know Mike and see him get really excited about Nicaragua and Primavera, and look what developed from that, you know.
Mike Boudreau was one of the first Plymouth State students who went down with him. Mike, of course, has built Compas de la Primavera into an amazing organization of which Ash was incredibly proud.
I'm Mike Boudreau, and I'm the Executive Director of Compas de Nicaragua. I first met Ash Eames in 1995 while studying at Plymouth State University. And it was Ash's passion for his work in Nicaragua that really inspired me to travel there the first time in January of 1996. It was a life-changing experience for me, and I returned to help form the Nicaragua Club at Plymouth State University. And returned to Nicaragua with Ash and the Nicaragua Club on several trips in the late 1990s, and began to try to support Compas in different ways. It's amazing to think that it's now been 20 years since the Nicaragua Club was formed and 25 years since Ash founded Compas in Nicaragua.
You know, years later, I remember hearing that Anna, who is co-director of Compas, actually was one of the kids that we worked with, and I never remembered that when I was doing that work way back in the 90s.
Hola, soy Ana Narváez, vivo en Managua, en el barrio La Primavera. Pues yo he trabajado por mi comunidad desde que estoy bastante joven, de más o menos 15 años. Trabajé con una fundación llamada Fundación Augusto César Sandino, luego con una organización de mujeres llamada ADMUFRA. Yo recuerdo cuando venían los grupos de Compas y participé en algunos de ellos, en algunas de sus actividades.
I don't think when we first went we had any idea of the impact that this organization could have on a neighborhood, on a country, on the farming project in La Paz.
In the year 2000, I began living here full-time in Nicaragua and working for Compas de Nicaragua. That same year, we founded Compas as an official nonprofit organization and began working with Women in Action in La Primavera.
Desde el año 2000 yo estoy trabajando con ellos y con el proyecto de Mujeres en Acción. Mujeres en Acción nace en el año 2000 cuando nosotros pensábamos que queríamos hacer algo por la comunidad en el área más empobrecida del barrio La Primavera.
Hi, my name is Heather Dowd, and I'm a former president of Plymouth State's Nicaragua Club. As a student at PSU, I was able to participate in 4 delegations with the club down to Nicaragua to support the work of Compas. And my last trip had been 11 years ago. That was until I was able to participate in the 20th consecutive trip of the club this May. As a former president, I was proud to see that the club was still going strong. We had a very big group this year come down. I was also very happy to reconnect with so many people I hadn't seen in over a decade. My first trips down there were in the early 2000s when Facebook wasn't around and many people didn't have email yet, so it was hard to stay in contact with everyone. I was able to stay with the same host families in La Paz and in Managua. I was able to see Women in Action members grown, their children grown, many of their children now with children, catch up on their lives. I was able to see how all of the projects have grown and expanded. Even the community center where the Women in Action meet didn't exist my first year down there. In subsequent trips, I was able to help pour cement and paint, but now to be there and see the complete building with all of the beautiful murals was very nice.
Hola, nuevamente mi nombre es Ana Trujillo. Estos son mis hijos, Itiel, Nelson. Este es mi hogar donde vivimos, ¿verdad? Hace 15 años vine a este lugar y aquí donde vivo, ¿verdad? Aunque sea con pobreza, pero aquí vivimos, dándole gracias a Dios, ¿verdad? Porque nos tiene aquí y tenemos un hogar donde vivir, ya que mucha gente no tiene donde vivir. Aquí es mi cocina, ¿verdad? Aquí en la sala donde mantenemos viendo televisión. El proyecto Mujeres en Acción comenzó en el año 2000, para un mes de octubre. Anita y Miguel, ¿verdad? Llegaron ahí a nuestro barrio, al asentamiento donde vivimos, con el propósito de reunir a las mujeres para hablar del proyecto. Y comenzamos 8 mujeres, yo soy una de ellas, ¿verdad?
My name is Marlene Pucci. I am from Bluefields and I've been in the project 6 years. And well, I have my children and grandchildren here in Managua, in this neighborhood. From the comments, we used to be on the tree in the road.
Mujeres en Acción, de hecho, comenzó con muy pocos recursos. De hecho, solo teníamos 10 sillas, nos estábamos reuniendo bajo la sombra de un árbol en la calle y poco a poco comenzamos a rentar una de las pequeñas casitas donde viven las mujeres.
It was dirt floor and it didn't close up entirely.
Estuvimos alrededor de 3 años, ¿verdad? En ese local donde se alquilaba, pero con la ayuda de los gringos, ¿verdad? Que han venido a sembrar su granito de arena aquí en el proyecto, se pudo comprar este local, ¿verdad? En el año 2003. Y desde ese entonces hasta esta fecha estamos aquí, ¿verdad? Pero no estaba el proyecto como lo miramos ahora, sino de que estaban solo las 4 paredes, no había ni piso.
Y siempre con la misma ayuda de ustedes y del financiamiento de Compas, ahora ya le pusimos el techo, pusimos el piso y tenemos un centro, aunque sea pequeño, pero sí tenemos un centro de Mujeres en Acción.
The Women in Action Center now includes a community store where they carry out monthly patio sales, a classroom and a share book library where a before and after school program takes place, a large meeting area, a kitchen where they carry out weekly soy food programs, and also a new bathroom.
With this building, we work very hard, but we get a good help from you all. When rain, we inside. When sun, we inside. So well, we feel much happy to know that we have a foundation.
Hello everyone, I'm Terry Downs, professor of art from Plymouth State University. And I had a wonderful experience as advisor to the Nicaragua Club one year and took a group of students down to Nicaragua, and it was a wonderful, enjoyable, and rewarding experience. In La Paz de Carazo, one day I went out on a foray into the town and went to the town square, and I was able to sit down on a side of the street and start a watercolor of the town common. And the lady who lived nearby came out with a chair for me to sit on and brought out some water from my watercolor set. And then about 20 children from around the village started to appear out of nowhere, and they were all gathered around me as I was working as an artist. And I was in this extremely foreign circumstance that was such a lasting memory for me. I have the picture here. We could have a look at it if you like. It was such a wonderful scene in that village, and I hope that all of you get a chance to go and visit Nicaragua with Miguel and Ana. And thank you for listening.
My name is Bill Cuff. I'm a volunteer with Unlimited Possibilities, and before that with Danny's team. Two all-volunteer groups that have sent several delegations to work with Compas, Nicaragua. And maybe the best way I can pay tribute is to tell a story. So here's a story about Ekonem. This picture is over a decade old. She's helping our friend Steve build shelves for the Women in Action's co-op store so they can sell donated used clothes dirt cheap to women who live on dirt floors. 5 years later, Ekonem came to the U.S. to perform Nicaraguan folklore dances to raise money for the WIA co-op. All the dances were great, but Ekonem caused people to cheer. This is a picture of a group of us planting a memorial garden in Ekonem's name. Ekonem isn't in this picture. A few years ago, she got very sick. They diagnosed that her kidneys had failed due to a condition from birth that also led to her having an enlarged heart. That part of the diagnosis came as no surprise to anyone. Everyone who ever met Ekonem knew she had a big heart. A group of us began saving for a kidney transplant, but she died before we could make that miracle happen. I heard that she told the Mujeres en Acción not to use the little money for her medical care that they were saving, but to use it for their families instead. Although I was 3 times her age, I told people I wanted to be just like Ekonem when I grow up. And I still feel that way. Ekonem is a part of one of the finest collections of people who walk this earth, Las Mujeres en Acción.
Mi nombre es Ligia María López, soy un miembro fundador del proyecto Mujeres en Acción. Este es mi pequeño hogar y estos son mis hijos y aquí he vivido. Este es mi pequeño hogar donde vive mi esposo y mis hijos. Doy las gracias, ¿verdad?, por todas las ayudas que me dieron, porque tuvimos casi 12 años que vivíamos a la intemperie porque teníamos un hogar pero no teníamos un papel que nos respaldara. Pero ahora ya tenemos un título de propiedad que ya nos sentimos pues que estamos en lo propio.
Mi nombre es Dayani Valdelomar Busto. Tengo 4 años de estar integrada en el proyecto. Esta es mi casa, el cuartito de mis hijos, la cama donde tengo ubicada. Esta es una media sala, mi gran cocina. El proyecto me ha gustado mucho porque nos ha traído muchos beneficios, principalmente ahora que nos están proporcionando unos préstamos. Yo trabajo vendiendo.
Trabajo desde las 6 de la mañana hasta las 6 a 6, 12 horas.
También tenemos otro proyecto que es el programa de los préstamos, donde nosotras las mujeres nos hemos beneficiado porque gracias a este proyecto cada quien tiene su sitio de venta o yo vendo tortilla y vendo ropa usada. Y otras de mis compañeras, una vende en los semáforos, otra tiene su propio negocio.
Y gracias a Dios, ¿verdad? He salido adelante con mi préstamo que me hicieron.
My name is Ryan. I'm the dean at Rock Point School in Burlington, Vermont. And about 10 years ago, I had the opportunity to go to Nicaragua with Compas de Nicaragua, where I joined my husband, who is a teacher at Mount Mansfield Union High School. A couple of years later, I was able to bring my family as well as Rock Point School students to be engulfed in a culture that we knew nothing about. To build relationships with kind, caring people who opened their homes to us and let us move alongside of them and their families as they lived their daily life.
When I think about the Plymouth State University service learning trip to Nicaragua in May 2010, I think about the inspiration that we felt. We felt inspired. We were inspired by the beauty of Nicaragua, by the warmth and generosity and kindness of the people of Nicaragua, and we were transformed by that journey. We went down for about 2 weeks at the end of May in 2010. I was a faculty advisor for 8 students, and it was the most transformative student trip, service learning opportunity that I've ever partaken in. And I've taken students all over the world for various experiences. It was transformative because it wasn't just exposing us to their struggles. It was more than exposure. It was an education in how people in the real world design and devise healthy, constructive solutions to the real world challenges that they face. It was transformative because it inspired us, but it also helped transform us and our worldview and make us better people, make us people who wanted to be aware of the world and think about our roles and the repercussions our choices in the global economy have. It's important to be aware of how connected we are as a global community, to be mindful and to understand that interconnectivity makes the world work.
Music was a lively and ever-present part of our trip. I've never seen Plymouth State students boogie as much as I did when we were in Nicaragua.
The children were an endless source of joy. The music, the dancing, the laughter, they brought us so much delight.
Mi nombre es Karen González y soy miembro del grupo Mujeres en Acción.
Esta es mi familia, él es sobrino mío, mi hijo José de 6 años y Karina de 17 años y también tengo un hijo de 14 años. Mi cuarto, como pueden ver, es pequeño, pues, pero ahí nos acomodamos aquí, donde escuchamos música, ahí miramos noticias.
Cuando iniciamos el proyecto, una de las ideas fue la artesanía en jícaros, ya que una compañera de nosotros conocía ese arte y nos enseñó.
Los puse a coser 1 hora. Ya están para pelarlos, prepararlos para...
El jícaro es una fruta redonda que podemos nosotros darle diferentes cortes. Por ejemplo, aquí el jícaro está en 2 partes. Son caritas, también se le puede dar formas de floreros.
Vino una
una gringa llamada Sara y ella vino con la idea de hacer bolsos de bolsas. ¿Okay? Empezamos cortando lo que es la bolsa, luego vamos amarrando lo que es la bolsa así.
Nosotros lo que hacemos es hacer una cadena para comenzar lo que es el bolso, terminado así como es.
Bueno, de esa manera nosotros ayudamos a nuestra comunidad a no tirar más bolsas. También cuando vienen grupos, pues nosotros tenemos la oportunidad de ofrecer nuestros bolsos para así ayudarnos en nuestro hogar.
I'm Arnie Alpert, and I live in Canterbury, New Hampshire, and I work in the New Hampshire office of the American Friends Service Committee. In the early 2000s, I think for 3 years in a row, we organized delegations that went to La Primavera and visited with Compas and Women in Action in Managua. And it was a great experience for me and a great experience for AFSC, and I think a really positive experience for the dozens of people who were able to participate. My strong memories are of the women and I'd say especially the children of the neighborhood, playing games with them in the streets, watching them dance, but also listening to the stories that they told about their lives.
I was also happy to sit in on some practices for the Women in Action dance troupe. I remember the first year the delegation from Nicaragua came to the States, so I'm very happy that program is still going.
Los objetivos de este viaje, mundialmente, promover nuestro proyecto y pues es una de mis pasiones, lo que es el folclore, mi cultura, soy muy orgullosa de ello. Me llena mi corazón el poder transmitir todo mi conocimiento a las chicas que van a hacer el intercambio cultural. Espero les guste y espero que nos apoyen siempre. Gracias. Bye bye.
Hola, mi nombre es Teresa Jiménez, soy del municipio de La Paz, soy integrante del grupo Las Hijas del Maíz. Ya casi estamos listas para nuestro viaje, nuestro tour por los Estados Unidos, gracias a todas las personas que nos apoyaron.
Hola, soy Katherine y le doy gracias a Dios por ser parte de este grupo. Uno de los propósitos de este viaje es de promover los proyectos de Compas de Nicaragua. Me siento feliz porque en este viaje estoy promoviendo el programa de los padrinos y me siento agradecida porque soy becada y mis hermanos también.
Hola, soy Daniela, tengo 13 años y estoy muy feliz porque voy a viajar por primera vez.
Hola, soy Nicole, tengo la edad de 15 años, estoy en 9º grado. Estoy muy emocionada y nerviosa a la vez porque esta es mi primera vez que salgo del país. Espero lograr un buen intercambio cultural, dejar una muy buena impresión.
Hola, soy Marilyn Barquero, tengo 19 años, soy parte del grupo Las Hijas del Maíz. Estoy súper emocionada ya que es mi segundo viaje. Anteriormente tuve la oportunidad de viajar en el tour del 2015. Súper alegre ya que conocí muchas personas y me va a dar mucho gusto volverla a ver y conocer otras personas más. Gracias.
Hola, mi nombre es Francis Argüello, tengo 21 años y soy de la ciudad de Managua. Soy licenciada en Relaciones Internacionales y estoy súper emocionada porque este es mi segundo viaje. Yo fui en el tour del 2010 y estoy súper ansiosa porque sé que voy a conocer nuevas ciudades y nuevas personas. Muchas gracias a todos por su apoyo.
Hola, soy Lixi Juárez, tengo 16 años. Pues me siento muy nerviosa porque es la primera vez que viajo. Gracias por esas personas que nos han apoyado. Nos vemos muy pronto.
El folclore para mí es lo mejor que hay en el mundo, porque cuando yo bailo me siento yo y me siento libre y siento que soy una mujer bella, pero no solo soy una mujer, sino que soy Nicaragua. Todos en el grupo hemos hecho un gran trabajo y hemos puesto todito el empeño y todo el esfuerzo para crear todas las coreografías y para darle una buena presentación. Esperamos que les gusten todos y cada uno de los bailes. Muchas gracias.
Hi, I'm Eric Sintron. I used to be a Spanish instructor at PSU. I also was the advisor of the Nicaragua Club. I have the privilege to take the student in 4 occasions to Nicaragua. Thank you guys for the honor. And now I'm congratulate the Nica Club in their 20th anniversary. It was a good honor to be part of your club, and more than anything, it was a great pleasure to go to Nicaragua and meet all these wonderful people. I miss the people from Nicaragua, I miss the food from Nicaragua, and I wish I can go right now to Nicaragua. Have a wonderful year, and I will stay in touch. Take care. Adiós. Un beso y un abrazo.
Being a part of the Nicaragua Club and Compas de Nicaragua was one of the best, if not the best, decisions I made in college. For all 4 years, I was part of the club, president for 3, and every year I worked with a group of students to fundraise a trip. We faced challenges and, put in a lot of hard work and effort. Every year it was paid off as soon as we landed in Nicaragua. And I say that because of the people that we met down there and built relationships with. These are people who would invite you in their homes and truly treat you like one of their own. It's a different culture in the way they treat you and the way they care about you and how genuine they are towards you. I learned so much from them. Have so little but make so much of it. And being so thankful and appreciative of what they actually have. I joined thinking, I'm going to be part of a service trip making differences in the lives of others. However, I found that being a part of this club, these people made a difference in my life and truly touched my heart and has helped me become the person I am today.
Hello everyone, this is Chris Given-Wilson and Alice Curtis talking to you from Scotland.
We've been visiting the Women in Action project in La Primavera almost every year since we first came in 2004. And our interest there has always been in particular with the sponsorship program, which started just a couple of years before we first visited. And it's been so lovely to see the children there growing into such fine young people.
Ay, ay, ay.
Mi nombre es Marta Centeno. Cuando el proyecto inició, ¿verdad? Pues muchos niños no iban a la escuela porque sus padres pues no podían darle de mandarlos pues a la escuela. Entonces había muchos niños que no iban a la escuela y gracias a Dios pues vino el proyecto de apadrinamiento. Padrinos pues le ayudan a los niños con los uniformes, con los cuadernos, con las mochilas, con los lápices, zapatos.
My children them have sponsor and my grand have sponsor, so will I see a good improvement from the project.
Tenemos más de 100 niños apadrinados y también, ¿verdad? Tenemos el programa de que ellos después de la escuela, aparte de lo que les enseñan a adelantarse más en su estudio y las tareas que le dejan, pues también vienen a jugar, a aprender arte y eso pues también a ellos los motiva a seguir estudiando.
Me llamo Sheila Michelle Sandoval Sasso. Mi padrino que me da mi uniforme, mi mochila y mis zapatos, mi cuaderno.
Hola, mi nombre es Pamela Trujillo, estudio en tercer año de la universidad, Administración Turística y Hotelera.
So it's a lot of kids going to school now, what didn't going before. And it's very great for us and for the children them.
Buenos dias! As you can hear from the bells, I'm here on Plymouth State's campus. My name is Dr. Jason Paling. I'm a professor in anthropology here at Plymouth State University. I'm also the current advisor for the Nicaragua Service Club. It's been my pleasure aiding the Service Club members for the last 4 years. In that time, we planted hundreds of trees in La Paz as part of a reforestation and sustainability project. We've also built homes for families in La Primavera, as well as revitalize the decor and provide much needed equipment to the schools in that suburb of Managua.
Hi, my name is Douglas Haynes. I'm a professor of English at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh and a member of the Compas de Nicaragua Board of Directors since 2009. I first became acquainted with Compas in 2007 when Ana Narvaez and Mike Boudreau visited New England College, where I was teaching at the time. And I was immediately struck by Mike and Anna's energy and enthusiasm and commitment to building an organization through relationships from the ground up. When I had the opportunity to take my own students to Nicaragua to work with Compas in 2008, I jumped at the chance. And I was even more impressed with the organization when I got there. My students were transformed in a very short time through the activities and work projects that they undertook with people in Women in Action and through their day-to-day experiences with their host families. I had the chance to talk to the farmers that Compas works with in La Paz de Carazo, and I've been impressed by the ways that they describe how Compas's projects have helped them diversify their farms to become more economically and ecologically sustainable.
In 2008, we were able to expand our programs and began to support sustainable living projects here in La Paz through a farmers co-op and a youth environmental organization.
Hola, soy Yara Sánchez, miembro de un grupo de jóvenes ambientalistas de La Paz de Carazo. La Paz de Carazo es una área de bosque tropical seco. Contiene las mejores tierras agrícolas. Esta área es conocida como el Triángulo de Oro porque es buena tierra. Aquí hay muchos pequeños productores que se ganan la vida cultivando la tierra. Hay dos dificultades que tienen los pequeños productores aquí serían la falta de financiamiento y los efectos climáticos. Por eso Compas de Nicaragua ha estado apoyando a los pequeños productores con financiamiento o pequeños préstamos para que ellos puedan sembrar.
Mi nombre es Jorge Antonio Salazar Cano. Soy de la comunidad de La Paz, Carazo. Y uno de los proyectos que Compas nos ha apoyado son los pequeños créditos a nuestros productores. que eso nos facilita, digamos, impulsar algunas actividades, utilizarlo en pequeños negocios y para cultivos de granos básicos.
Que otro problema es para los productores el cambio climático, que nosotros como productores conocemos bien esto, nos afecta todos los días y podemos ver con nuestros propios ojos. Compas también está trabajando con nosotros para reducir los efectos del cambio climático. Una de las formas es diversificando nuestras parcelas para que nosotros podamos producir diferentes alimentos.
La diversificación tenemos, digamos, que cultivamos hortalizas, plátano, yuca, maíz, frijoles, trigo, arroz.
Y también Compas está apoyándonos a reforestar con árboles como el joche y el marango. Estos árboles no solo producen sombra, también son comestibles y nutritivos. Por ejemplo, la semilla del marango puede ser procesada como aceite para cocinar. Y la hoja también es muy nutritiva, ya que contiene más vitamina C que la naranja, más proteína que el huevo, más potasio que el banano, más calcio que la leche y más hierro que la espinaca. Estamos reforestando esta área y al mismo tiempo estamos proporcionando una gran fuente de comida nutritiva. Estos árboles no solo sirven para sombra, también pueden servir para algunos cultivos que generan ingresos como el café y el cacao, que son árboles de sombra.
My name's Noah Conte, and I'm a 2002 graduate of Plymouth State University and had the awesome opportunity to be part of the Nicaragua Club and travel after raising money to the beautiful country of Nicaragua. It was one of the first times I came face to face with such poverty in the developing world. First time actually I'd been outside of the United States, and it was a very eye-opening experience. This is a picture of a boy who had been looking through garbage for little pieces of metal, scrap metal they could sell, and I remember seeing a group of kids running after a truck that was about to unload a bunch of garbage like it was an ice cream truck, and definitely a bit of a culture shock for me at first, but it gives you that holistic perspective of gratitude for the things you have, and then sort of a responsibility for doing your part to bring a little bit more justice in the world. I learned pretty quickly that despite not always having the best circumstances, the people of Nicaragua are incredibly happy and generous, and this was a coffee plantation we got to visit and just learned all about the process of making coffee and how fair trade is so important to these farmers because it's how they make their living. We got to see how they taste tested coffee and also got to bring home some really great bags of coffee to sell that benefited this coffee plantation we visited.
Hola, mi nombre es Adela López, pertenezco a un grupo ambientalista de La Paz, Carazo. El café es un cultivo muy cultivado aquí en nuestro país. El café es un beneficio que ayuda a los productores aquí en su economía. Es por eso que hoy en día estamos reforestando lo que es esta zona con plantas de café.
Y a la misma vez, digamos, juntamente con el proyecto de café, o sea, que se han establecido plantas forestales o que son utilizadas también dentro del mismo rubro como sombra.
Antes los productores de café cortaban el café en uvas y lo vendían a un precio muy bajo, pero hoy en día estamos procesando el café con una máquina despulpadora a mano. Va a un proceso donde primeramente lo despulpamos, luego que lo despulpamos lo lavamos, luego lo secamos y luego lo damos a trillar a una máquina beneficiadora para obtener ya el café en oro.
Tenemos la idea de ponerle un nombre a nuestro café, el nombre de Congo, que en nuestra comunidad existen bosques donde existen esas especies de animales.
A través de Compas de Nicaragua estamos mandando este café a los Estados Unidos y Compas lo vende a un buen precio para tener un mejor beneficio.
Mi nombre es Francisco Bravo, pertenezco a un grupo de jóvenes ambientalistas de La Paz, Carazo. Los climáticos hoy en día son más y están causando más daño. Esto es debido al calentamiento global provocado por el despalme. Para tratar de apaciguar un poco el recalentamiento global es instalando sistemas de biogás. Esto consiste en producir gas metano a través del estiércol de animal.
We've begun installing biogas systems here in La Paz as a way to reduce deforestation and the effects of climate change. To date, we've installed over 30 biogas systems, which are producing over 5 hours of gas per day per family.
Mi nombre es Wilmer Álvarez Mora y soy de La Paz, Carazo, Nicaragua. Conozco mucho de la naturaleza, me gusta mucho, es muy divertido, es una linda aventura. Hemos aprendido a fabricar biodigestor y para eso nosotros fabricamos, hacemos una zanja en el suelo. En ambas puntas de la zanja nosotros ubicamos una tina de plástico y luego preparamos la bolsa donde va a entrar el estiércol y sacamos un centro donde va a salir el gas hacia la cocina. Otro beneficio de este sistema es que se está evitando el humo en la cocina, ya que este produce daño en el sistema respiratorio de las personas. Además, las personas que ya tienen instalado este sistema se está ahorrando dinero, ya sea en la compra de leña o en la compra de gas propano. El sistema tiene un producto llamado biol. El biol es un fertilizante foliar que lo utilizamos para fumigar la planta de café, producto que impulsa el sistema biogás. Solo se necesita de una zaranda. Lo espeso queda arriba de la zaranda, lo líquido sale. El líquido es el llamado biol y lo espeso se utiliza para alimentar lombrices, ya que estas lombrices se alimentan de cosas en mal estado y producen abono orgánico.
¡Ay, ay, ay!
Nicaragua 11 times as a teacher with students again, and also as a writer and volunteer with Compas. Over these years, I felt very privileged to get to know on the ground the ways that Compas changes Nicaraguans' daily lives. Maybe even most important though is the ways that Compas changes and creates a sense of community, empowerment, and solidarity where it works, both in the United States, in the UK, and in Nicaragua most importantly.
Got the opportunity to build a biogas system. Very thankful for that, and my host family has been great. Came out here not even speaking Spanish, and I'm already learning. Best opportunity of my life, and enjoying myself. Love Nicaragua.
Y al principio cuando Miguel dijo, bueno, van a venir grupos del extranjero, no sabíamos qué hacer o qué pensar. Es algo muy interesante porque entre el trabajo, entre la sonrisa, entre los gestos, nos damos a entender muchas cosas bonitas. En el campo y tenemos ya el cuerpo acostumbrado a trabajar, pero al hacerlo con diferentes grupos, viene a ser más dinámico, más divertido, más emocionante.
Para nosotros las bienvenidas son muy felices, pero es un poco triste cuando vienen las despedidas, cuando ellos ya tienen que llegar a sus lugares.
Sí, cuando ellos vienen, platicamos, nos gusta platicar con ellos, nos gusta reír, nos gusta bailar y todo, y lo esperamos siempre y que sigan viniendo. Gracias.
I came here thinking, all right, I'm gonna change someone's life or make things better for somebody, and they definitely gave me more than I was able to give them.
I thought, wow, when I go there and I see how these people live, I'm gonna feel so good about when I go home. Wow, I'm so lucky. And it's funny because the tables kind of turn because I'm looking at them going, wow, they're so lucky.
The parents love their children and they want them to have a future better than what they've had. And that connects us all.
We're here to service them, but it was almost, a reverse effect. They're just happy that we were here.
Hey everyone, my name's Paul Baker Hernandez. I'd just like to say there are two things, or two realities that brought me to Nicaragua. One is the music, and the other is Ash. So in his honor, I'm wearing his hat. And also in his honor, and in the honor of all of you, we can maybe sing together, Nicaragua, Nicaraguita. Oh, Nicaragua, Nicaraguita, lovely flower of my heart, overflowing with purest waters, Nicaragua. Blood of dear young man, you're so much sweeter than all the honey of Tamagas. But now, my darling, my Nicaraguita, now that you've freedom, my love for you can blaze out like fire. And now, my darling, my Nicaraguita, now that you've freedom, my love for you will blaze out like fire. Felicidades, compas.
Tenemos mucho que agradecer a todas las personas que nos han venido a apoyar de una u de otra manera. Compas de Nicaragua. Queremos decirle a todas las personas que han estado involucradas en Compas de Nicaragua que ustedes, todos ustedes, han hecho un gran cambio en la vida de las personas aquí en Nicaragua, en nuestra comunidad. Estamos muy agradecidos. Dios los va a bendecir a ustedes y les va a reproducir al 1000%. Muchísimas gracias, Compas de Nicaragua.
Congratulations, Mike, for all of the effort and energy and lives you've affected, and for the better. And congratulations on just choosing this path and sticking with it. I'm so proud of you. Mike and Compas, thank you. Feliz aniversario. Adios.
Overall, the trip for me was very inspiring, and I look forward to continued work with Compas, with the Nicaragua Club, and for my next opportunity to visit.
I believe that the Nicaragua Service Club provides our members not only travel and service work, but also provides them a great experience. It broadens and opens their horizons, provides new opportunities, facilitates global leadership, and also creates lasting friendships and relationships with those that we work with in Nicaragua. So here is to your 20th anniversary, and I hope to 20 more. Adios. Cheers.
I'd love to return to Nicaragua. I would love to take the opportunity to do more work with more students there, learn more about the lives of women, and be inspired by their hard work and their dedication to their children, to their society, to their community. I want to thank you, Michael Pedro, and all the people that we had the opportunity to meet and work with for giving me and my students a chance to really learn in a very deep and authentic way.
Happy 20th anniversary. Thank you for the memories, and I will be back soon.
And continue to inspire, continue to change the world in real and meaningful ways. Thank you.
From the shores of Milton Three Ponds in New Hampshire to the shores of Lake Managua in Nicaragua, happy 25th anniversary to Compas de Nicaragua. May you continue to show the world how to handle poverty and oppression and how best to live our lives. Happy anniversary.
And so we just want to congratulate you on all your achievements. So congratulations to all the women and all the children and to Mike and Anna.
And happy 25th anniversary, and we hope we'll see you again soon.
I'm thrilled to be able to say happy 25th anniversary to Compas de Nicaragua. It's done amazing work, and Primavera will always be my little home away from home. So happy 25th.
I feel that it's just blessed so many people in so many different ways, and we're very proud of it. As a family, we really love what's happened and wish the happiest of happy 25th anniversaries to the organization, and may it have many, many more wonderful, productive years.
Yo soy de un pueblo pequeño, pequeño como un gorrión, con medio siglo de sueños, de vergüenza y de valor.